All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the true power with General Sarah Soon said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the General SETI YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You should subscribe immediately. Do not hesitate. We have membership for the family. The link right down in the video description is in the chat. All you have to do is click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the membership, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the General SETI YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Matter of fact, let's deal with it. The General has a new platform on Teachable, self-help courses, dynamic course, certificate courses over there for an extensive and advanced uh, program on various subjects, courses on various subjects. We got the 25 steps to the redemption of definitive black manhood. You need to get on over there. Here's a dynamic program with a round table with the brothers. If you need a place to develop and call home and have a brotherhood, this is the place to be. Get over there, click the link in the video description in the chat. Check it out. It's a powerful program, family, and many, many more to come. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasu lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're gonna like and love. Get over there, check it out. KingSeti.com, get a discount. Shop and save and shop. Fortify Alarm, GeneralSeti.com, SETI University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the general, ancient Egypt, old Mecca, ancient America, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Black woman is God, making of the white man, Black Illuminati, Freemasonry, so many subjects. No other website. Check it out, become a member today. Everybody knows that he got the populist page on Patreon by far. 500 exclusive live streams only to be seen on Patreon. And no other platform has ever seen these treasures. And so I know most definitely you want to get your hands on it. All you have to do is get over there, check out the resume, check out the platform, and become a patron today. All the family that donated to the general, I thank you. I appreciate you for the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there would like to donate, link on the screen is in the video description and it's in the chat. All you have to do is click it, donate. I thank you. I appreciate you. And make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King SETI, General SETI, Sarasun SETI. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, we talking about the ancient Egyptian scarab and the ladybug. Traditions of the Nile Valley found in ancient America today. We talking about traditions because we keep asking, where's the connection? And it's right there in your face. See, but the obvious people don't look at the obvious. That what they call the keparot, which is the dung beetle, which in the family of the ladybug. Okay, so I know when we was coming up, we looked at it and we say, when you see the ladybug, any other bug, you a crusher. But the ladybug, you tried to get the ladybug, because they was looked at as good luck. You feel me? And I know when I was doing my studies, and now this is old. I had this in the treasure chest, man, for over 25 years. And this is, crazy because this is the first time I've ever done it. This, the background that you see, I created this background over 20 some years ago, and I never, because I've been doing so much, But it just popped in my head. I said, well, damn, how did that tradition get way over here? When did it get here? But it's the same tradition. Because and so when we can't turn a blind eye to that the fact that we are global people. We cannot turn a blind eye to the fact that we are global people and our traditions are across the world, across the continent. Okay, even though we have our uniqueness, and it doesn't take away from that. It doesn't take away from that we are unique. We got family that they homeland may be all across the globe. We got family in Australia. We got family in the South Pacific. We got family all through South Asia, East, West Asia. We got family in Africa. We got family in the Americas that established empires all through the ancient world. The peoples that you see there today are latecomers. They latecomers. Okay, and so and you can go back. I mean, if people don't understand, if you go back just 1,000 years, just 1,000, man, this world would totally look. It would be totally different than what it looked like right now. You ain't even got to go back that far. 500 years. You feel what I'm saying? If you go back 500 years, this world would not look like it looked today. The people that you see in there right now would not even be there. So we getting caught up into today's madness, the mentality of today, because our people's been in through all type of madness, and they are a manifestation and personification of that madness today. And so we tripping on that, but we ain't going back to the ancient realm and scope of when we was brother nations, sister nations, and we were trading magnificent and advanced knowledge all across the ocean. We wasn't on the petty shit we on today. We were not on the petty shit we on today. The mind has been corrupted and polluted. You understand? The mind is polluted. And so we look at today and we fall into the cauldron of chaos, and we separate, and a lot of times you have to separate. But to what extent, to what extent do you separate? Do you sever yourself from your history? Do you sever? And niggas is doing that to their own demise, because you're not gonna last. I can guarantee you that. You can cut, you can slice and dice, and you can run into your corner and think that and run into a fort and close the door and hide and shit. That ain't how knowledge is. The flow of knowledge is like a river. It flows, and it's not a lake where it's landlocked lake, where there's no pure water that's coming in. So that's how the great civilizations develop, when the new knowledge, and you got to always, it allow for the fresh minds to come into and we're talking about our own people. We're not, and so there was always fresh minds, advancement of knowledge in all the areas. I mean, we had great civilizations in all areas, and they had unique inventions and unique culture that they shared with the other Kushite. And so, in that, we were able to rule this planet for hundreds of thousands of years before any of these people that you see here today. And we shared in that. I mean, I was just looking at, the boomerang, and people thinking they associate the boomerang with the Australian. They think, and man, they got so many boomerangs in ancient Egypt. Now, either they invented it separately, or again, we're talking about how we shared knowledge across these oceans, and that's a greater, and they don't want us to understand that we were ocean farers. long before this world that you see today. And that's what causes us to master the cosmology and the astronomy on such a great level. Because the only way you can master the astronomy on the level that the ancients did is that they had to have educational observatories in every segment of the planet, east, deep east, mid east, deep west, midwest, you know, far north, far south, mid north, mid south, having observatories and sharing the knowledge with each other all around this planet to master the constellations and the revolution of the earth around the sun and the revolution of the sun around its greater, sun, which a lot of people don't understand. You see, but if you have not lived on this planet long enough, which our ancestors saying is almost 25,000 years, these people just been out the cave 2,000 and only been studying 200 years old. You feel what I'm saying? They been out the cave 2,000, only been studying. Okay, so ain't no way you gonna get nobody. They just regurgitating things that they've heard, but they have not seen, and so they don't know. They can't be the masters of it. You feel me? And so, yeah, it's amazing that the scarab, the Keppera, which is symbolic of a new beginning, creation. You see, because in the dung is where it plants its eggs, and it rolls, and you see the Keppera, that the dung, which is a ball, is symbolic of the sun, and the Keppera rolls the ball, the sun across the sky in the daytime. And then, just like life, you'll see that eventually, and I believe, I don't know how long it takes, but I'm thinking is no longer than a month, something along that line where it pops open and the new scarabs come out, and so it's like creating something from nothing. You see, and the sun sets and is reborn the next day. This is a symbolism of resurrection. That's the earliest symbol of resurrection with the sun, dying and being reborn. And so they took a lot of anthropomorphic images like Jesus, Osiris, and Buddha. These was anthropomorphic images of the sun. You see, and so when we say that the S-O-N is the S-U-N. And so we saw as the son would resurrect and be reborn the next day, that we would also, in the image of our Father, do the same thing, pass on and resurrect. And when we pass from here, that there was a place for us in the afterlife. That there's no death, there's only resurrection if you're doing what you need to do. You feel me? And so, yes, the Kabbalion, the ladybug is sacred. How did that get over here? And how was it maintained? And you can go back and see the Keppera is far more ancient than Egypt. It is there that you manifest the consciousness of it. But most of what you see in Egypt is thousands of years before Egypt. That's the pinnacle of the concept. That's the pinnacle of you get the chance to see it on the walls and in grandeur and things of that nature. But the actual concept was understood tens of thousands of years before Egypt was even born. You feel me? And then you come right here. That's right. March 8th, 2025, and the ladybug right here, oceans away, continents away, is looked at as a sacred symbol, a symbol of good luck. You see, and it is. And it is because it is symbolic of the great scarab, sacred scarab of ancient Egypt. Now let's not just Egypt. Let's say the Nile Valley. Let me do. Let me speak correctly. Let me get this up here. Get this up. Okay, here we go. So let me get it up. Okay, it's okay. Now, so even when you look at the dome, it's also a cocoon. You see, it's also a cocoon, just like the mummy wrap. You see, and out of that, the spirit would rise again. So, a lot of these concepts you see these concepts, but these is ancient Egyptian concepts. Ancient, and I say ancient, but when I say ancient Egypt or Kemet, or I mean the Nile Valley. I mean the Nile Valley because all the Africans within the Nile Valley, even outside of the Nile Valley, but it became more, it became conscious, it became, recognizable to the world through ancient Egypt. You see, through ancient Egypt, everything else was only in the development of the Africans. The other people or the rest of the continents, they had no access to that. It was only through Egypt where they had access to the hundreds of thousands of years of development. And they wasn't even on the scene. At that time. They just come out into the world in the last 2,000 years. That's the earliest you can find these people. Alexander the Great is really the start of the Neanderthalic race. As far as historical. Before that, you don't have no consciousness of the Neanderthalic people. They are not we talking about you having control over any part of the world. It was Alexander the Great in 332 BC. I believe it is 332 BC. Okay, so when you look at the mummy wrappings and you see Lazarus and you see Jesus, they have Jesus in the swaddling. Even as a child, he's in the swaddling. See, this is esoteric knowledge. They don't have no, mummy. Where are the mummies at? That's how you know it's esoterical knowledge that they didn't actually have the true knowledge of the embalming. They didn't have that knowledge because you got mummies from ancient the Nile Valley all over the world. They was taking hundreds of, they say millions of mummies have been removed from the Nile Valley and taken all over the world. Millions. That's not a fictional number. That's an exact number. Millions. Flinders Petrie sending tens of thousands of mummies to that eugenic guy out there in California. What's that motherfucker's name? He was what's his name? Dalton. I believe his name was Dalton. But he was good friends with Flinders Petrie, who was one of the lead Egyptologists, who was stealing all these artifacts up out of Egypt. And so he was sending mummies to I believe the University of California. I believe that's where Dalton, he was one of the lead eugenicists, and he was sending mummies, and they was out there trying to do research on the mummies to figure out whether they was African or whether they was white and this, that, and the third. And I know it broke his motherfucking heart because they trying to say that we were, we were genetically inferior to white people. But when he got all them damn mummies and found out it probably broke his racist ass heart. Anyway, so when you see, you see Lazarus. things of that nature, and you see the swaddle, and you see the mummy. What the mummies got there? If you got to go in there and show me any Hebrew mummies, if they knew any type of embalming and show me the goddamn mummies. They can't show you no mummies. That's stolen knowledge. We the masters of that knowledge. You see, we the ones mastered, and it's symbolic only that just like the cocoon, just like the dawn, it's only an encasing of the spirit. And as you go into the ground for however many years, months, or however many days, and before we're gonna talk about the judgment hall or my. Are you ready to see Osiris? Are you ready to meet the great judge of the underworld, Osiris? You see? And so this is a cocoon, and out of that cocoon, just like a caterpillar, it wraps itself up in a cocoon, and out of it comes the butterfly. So our people saw also that the mummy wrappings was a cocoon, and that we would come and we would resurrect in the afterlife to be one with the Holy Mother and Father, Osiris and Isis, in all the great Neteru. We would be one with them. We would be with them and our ancestors and our family and our people in the afterlife. Okay, and so these are symbols, and the Kepara is also a part of that, a new beginning. You see, life that manifests itself out of nothing. You see, and that could also be symbolic of thought, ideas, where we manifest ideas out of nothing. Because we had to go into our spiritual mind, close our eyes, and go deep in and figure it out. And we close our eyes and we think, and you go in deep, and out of it, you start ideas start to flow. Ideas start to form in the darkness of the mind, the caverns of the mind. And so, yeah, so when we talk about where's the evidence of our people, coming here, the Ladybug is a Nile tradition that has continued to, continue to be practiced right here in America. A concept that's tens of thousands of years old, but still manifests itself right here today, where we look at the Kepara, we look at the ladybug as we look at the Kepara. This is an extension of our Nile Valley traditions. If you're here right now, I want you to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, do that. Okay, do that. We want to get the General SETI page out there. I told y'all we was gonna run Sarah's Student SETI YouTube page and General YouTube page side by side, but now that we're going into our platform, and we getting back to the ancient scriptures and the mission of our people. You see what I'm saying? It's all right to touch some things for a minute, but now it's time to get to work. It's 2025, and the world is a crazy place, and so the only thing that's gonna hold us down is traditions that have continued to manifest itself for thousands of years. They have uprooted, never will be uprooted. You see, so make sure that you subscribe and be on the lookout. Okay, when you see General SETI, you know what I'm saying? You know this is gonna be General SETI. If you see Sarah, you know that's gonna be Sarah. So make sure you subscribe to both. Make sure you like both. Make sure you share both. I'll be right back. I'm actually going back over to Sarah. So make sure you get over there. We got some more fire. Arm yourself, with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast. Daily liberation through African education and confrontation, black power, and global African supremacy.